You cannot make this stuff up. Canadian politicians can no longer be taken serious. Trudeau, Zelensky honor 98-year-old Ukrainian World War II veteran who served in Waffen-SS. Yeah, you heard that correct. He was a Nazi. Yeah, and because of how many times I'm going to be saying that word, it'd be nice if everyone could go over and maybe buy a t-shirt, something like that. This video is not going to be able to get monetized. I'm pretty sure that's the case. Link in the description down below. Go check out the merchandise store. But this is the story that's going on throughout Canada right now. That I don't even know how to say this. They brought in a Nazi into Parliament and celebrated him as if they didn't know our past, our history, what went on, and who were the good guys and who were the bad guys in World War II. They brought in an SS Nazi to celebrate in the House of Parliament. Here's the clip, courtesy of Viva Fry.
We have here in the chamber today Ukrainian Canadian world veteran from the Second World War who fought the Ukrainian independence against the Russians and continues to support the troops today, even at his age of 98.
All of them standing up. Standing ovation. There's not one of them know the history of World War II. I mean, this is unbelievable.
His name is Yaroslav Hunka. And I was going to say he's in the gallery, but I think you beat me to that. But I'm very proud to say that he is from North Bay and from my riding of Nipissing-Temiskaming.
He clearly is not from North Bay. He's not from there. He's clearly from somewhere else, from Ukraine.
He's a Ukrainian hero, a Canadian hero, and we thank him for all his service. Thank you.
And here we go, another standing ovation from the 338. Just ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous that nobody even in the moment was like, wait a second, who were we fighting in World War II? Yeah, we were fighting them. Now, Toronto Sun putting out their amazing headline on this one. Did not see that coming. What do you say to this? What do you say to this? The 14th Waffen Grenadier Division of the SS, which he's been noted for having served in, was it's the SS. And not only this, if you look it up, it says here the 14A Division of the SS, known as the 14th SS Volunteer Division. This guy wasn't even conscripted into service. No, this guy was ideologically aligned with Mr. Mustache Clankety Clank guy himself. And of course, they were all duped into this. This is unbelievable. These are photos of SS Gallica Division veteran who was given a standing ovation by Canadian Parliament, Prime Minister of Canada, and President of Ukraine. He published these photos of himself and his division during training in Germany. He is standing in the middle of the first photo and the second in the whatever. Here he is right here. You can see him there. Now, Jewish group is demanding apology after MPs honored a man who fought for the Nazis. Like, this is the biggest blunder in parliamentary history. I mean, how does everyone not just go, okay, give up, resign? This is the you can't even. But here is the Center for Israel and Jewish Affairs taking to Twitter to say, we are deeply troubled and disturbed that Ukrainian veteran of the infamous 14th Waffen Grenadier Division of the Nazi SS, which actively participated in the genocide of the Jews, was celebrated with a standing ovation in the parliament. Canada's Jewish community stands firmly with Ukraine in its war against Russian aggression, but we can't stay silent when crimes committed by Ukrainians during the Holocaust are whitewashed. Yes, of course, it would be, if only we had a history teacher for a politician next time instead of a drama teacher, you might not have made this absolute insane mistake. Or was it a mistake? We'll find out. I don't know. Canadian politicians jumping to X to congratulate Jewish Canadian families celebrating Yom Kippur after giving 2 standing ovations to an actual Nazi SS soldier. And yeah, this is a tweet I put out there because these are the tweets that we're seeing over the past 24 hours or so. All these parliamentarians that were involved in this standing ovation just jumping up, not talking about the fact that they celebrated a Nazi in Parliament, but giving a congratulations to all the Jewish families celebrating Yom Kippur. Now, Vesper Skill with another amazing graphic here of the Canadian Charter of Rights and Freedoms being burned away as you see liberals that celebrate Nazis, apparently, as of this date. Now, the House of Commons Speaker, he apologized for honoring a Ukrainian who fought with the Nazis in World War II. It seems that they're all throwing this guy under the bus, even though it's actually the PMO's office that is responsible for vetting all of these people. Of course, he's getting the blunt of this one. I mean, he should have figured it out even in this speech and talking about it. I mean, how do you not figure this out as you're even hearing it? You're hearing someone who fought in Ukraine against the Russians in World War II. Who doesn't know that that was the Nazis? We allied with the Russians at the time to fight the Nazis. They were our enemy at the time. And here they are celebrating one of their soldiers. I mean, I'm not a history buff or anything, but I know this. Come on. Now, I giving the benefit of the doubt as much as I possibly can, go to look at Justin Trudeau's before making this video to see if on his Twitter he put out anything speaking about was that a mistake or anything like that, an apology. Nope, nothing as of the moment that I recorded this video, so nobody can throw that on out there if it comes out in an hour or so. But nonetheless, nothing short of a resignation would suffice in this one. Pierre Poilievre taking to Twitter after he was duped into applauding this guy. Even Pierre, though, I still don't understand how you how do you not catch on that the Nazis were the people fighting at that time. It has come out today that Justin Trudeau personally met with and honored a veteran of the 14th Waffen Grenadier Division of the SS, a Nazi division. Liberals then arranged for this Nazi veteran to be recognized in the floor of the House of the Commons during the visit of the Ukraine president. This is an appalling error in judgment on the part of Justin Trudeau, whose personal protocol office is responsible for arranging and vetting all guests and programming for state visits of this kind. No parliamentarians other than Justin Trudeau had the opportunity to vet this individual's past before he was introduced and honored on the floor of the House of Commons without warning or context. It was implausible for any parliamentarian in the room other than Mr. Trudeau to know of his dark past. I mean, historical reference alone might have sent you in that direction, but this is what Pierre is saying in this one. Mr. Trudeau must personally apologize and avoid passing the blame to others as he always does. Well, we can already see that they're trying to put all of this on the Speaker of the House, and that's where I'm sure that's where they're going to go with that in its entirety here. Now, Melissa Lantsman, who I believe was not present for this, and is also she's second in charge on the opposition side. And she's also the survivor, or the granddaughter of survivors of the Holocaust. Took to Twitter to say this. This man was invited to a private reception with the PM Trudeau. Do they really expect anyone to believe that he wasn't vetted? Seems implausible. The Liberal government is either lying or throwing Anthony Rota under the bus, or likely both. And add this to the list of apologies the PM owes Parliament. But of course, yeah, here's the Speaker of the House, Anthony Rota, and his apology for this. But this brings us to all of the rhetoric, the beautiful rhetoric that keeps coming out from the Liberal Party and also the New Democrats. They're also guilty of this kind of rhetoric, where they love to throw around the word Nazi and saying people stand with Nazis, people are being Nazis, all of this stuff. And well, none of this stuff is ever going to be accepted ever again, when they actually brought a real Nazi to the House of Parliament.
I'm just curious if she thinks there should be consequences or reprimand for members of this House who meet with known Nazis who spread misinformation, disinformation, glorify the Holocaust. I'm just curious if she's talking about online hate and privacy of Canadians and regulation. Does she condemn her actions by meeting with a known Nazi in this country who spout anti-Muslim rhetoric? I'm just curious. Of
course, that's just one example. There's many more. There's this. You can't even make this stuff up, folks.
How much vitriol do we have to see of honk honk, which is an acronym for Hail Hitler? Do we need to see by these?
What? Made up, completely made up stuff, and even the Prime Minister himself.
Conservative Party members can stand with people who wave swastikas. They can stand with people who wave the Confederate flag. We will choose to stand with Canadians who deserve to be able to get to their jobs, who be able to get their lives back. These illegal protests need to stop, and they will, Mr. Speaker.
Now, this is in the case of the, the Conservative coming up in the aid of the the convoy that happened last year. And Melissa Lantsman actually came up and had an objection to that.
Unbecoming as a prime minister. It's been 48 hours that the government went from doing nothing to a national emergency. 48 hours into using the measures. 48 hours without providing Parliament with a justification. So my question is simple. When will the Prime Minister admit that he's lost control of the situation, that he's lost control of his country, that he's lost control of his caucus, and that he's lost control of his leadership?
He's lost control of his mind. He's inviting, again, a Nazi into the House of Parliament. Now, this is an embarrassment for all Canadians across the world in this situation, and all the memes are hitting the internet right now. Got Justin Trudeau in this meme. We're honoring a Ukrainian World War II veteran who fought for the Russians. What country did he fight for? What country did he fight for? Come on, how can you not see that? How do you not see that? Again, more comments coming out here from around the world. Not one single person that in that entire group knew the Second War was Russia. Sorry, knew that in the Second World War, Russia was one of our allies. No country other than Canada could be this stupid today. All 338 of them. Stupidity. Max Alexander saying, "Dear Canadian MPs of every party, we don't want you to cheer for Nazis or commies. I know it's a big ask. Thank you. Please, complete utter failure by all 338 today." This is where we're at with this. Now, Andy Lee obviously pointing out that video of Trudeau saying that we don't stand with Nazis, but they clearly do. They do at this point. Rob Schneider taking to Twitter to say, don't you stupid effing Canadians know that this a-hole fought for the Nazis? Not what we call Nazis today, like the real Nazis. This guy fought for Hitler. Not like what we call people Hitler today, the Hitler. Like an actual Adolf Hitler. Holy cow, how do you not get this? How do you not get this? But this is some more of the posts that are coming out. Cernovich taking to Twitter to say Canada delivered Russia the biggest propaganda win in modern history. It would be funny if it didn't show what total decay of the West is facing. These people are so corrupt and stupid that civilization ending combination. It's just crazy. And of course, we do have issues in Canada. And this article goes back all the way to 2020. Why is a monument commemorating a Nazi SS division still standing outside of Toronto? This is actually a monument in honor of that, the Waffen-SS. This actually exists. When Antifa, where was Antifa when they were celebrating a real Nazi in Parliament? When Antifa has been pulling down statues of our previous prime minister and all that stuff, they missed the real Nazi memorial in Canada. And of course, these are cases where Trudeau was actually also seen with real Nazis in the past. Exclusive Prime Minister Justin Trudeau and Deputy Minister Chrystia Freeland met with co-founder of the far-right fascist party in Ukraine, which was styled off of Hitler's Nazi party. Another story from National Post, Trudeau toured Kiev alongside a controversial Bandera apologist. Bandera, of course, was a Nazi collaborator in the Second World War. And it ties to family contacts here. Ottawa citizen Chrystia Freeland's granddad was indeed a Nazi collaborator. So much for Russian disinformation. But hey, I want to leave this one with you guys. This one is, I mean, obviously upsetting to have our parliament celebrating a World War II Nazi. The veterans all across Canada should be up in arms over this one. They were the ones who were instrumental in fighting against these Nazi soldiers that they're now celebrating in the House of Commons. Don't even know what to say. Leave a comment in the comment section down below, and we'll see you in the next one. Keep on trucking.